Okay, it is time to learn your first note. It's going to take some time. Be patient, but get pumped. All right, here's what's going to happen. Before you play your first note, you need to hear it in your head, okay? No matter what instrument you play, you need to hear that note, then you match the fingers, and then you produce the tone. But if you hear it in your head, you're 90 times more likely to just play it correctly. So we play something called a drone. So here's a drone of your first note. It's a sustaining note. Here's what it sounds like. No, do. If you ever heard do, get that in your brain. That's the no. No matter what you're going to play, this is what you're going to hear. Okay, so for flute, first note is B flat. That is your first note. B flat is pinky and your first finger in your right hand. And by the way, your right hand goes over on the bottom. Pinky and first finger on your right hand. And thumb and first finger on your left hand. So it's pinky and first finger on the right hand, and then your left hand goes under, thumb, first finger. You keep your knuckle touching the side of the flute right here. You pull your right arm back, and then here is B flat. Matches the note that we just played.
So for the clarinet, it's going to sound the same, but clarinets, your note is actually called C. So what you're going to do is just a reminder, you have your left hand on top. You're going to take your left thumb and cover the hole in the key in the back. And then you're going to take your first finger and put it down. Second finger, put it down. And then third finger, put it down. So you have thumb, 1, 2, 3 in your left hand. And the right hand is just the thumb is sitting on the thumb rest for clarinet here. And then your right fingers are just kind of hanging out nearby. And it's going to sound like this. That's your C. It sounds just like the flute's B flat.
Clarinets, if you can't play your first note yet, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to play an open note. Don't press anything. It sounds like this. Then you add your back thumb, add your next first finger, add your next finger, and add your next finger. So if you can't play that first note, right, do that. It's kind of a way to do it backwards, all right? So here we go. Alto saxophone. Alto saxophone is going to be a G, and a G is going to be all three, 1, 2, 3, in your left hand, the top hand. 1, 2, 3, all the way down. Here's what it sounds like. Relax your jaw. Keep it nice and relaxed, not too tight. If you can't get that, do the same thing you did like the clarinet. Start with an open note. Don't press anything. Add the first finger. Add the next finger, the second finger. And then add the third finger, all three. You get a G.
Tenor saxophones, your note, similar to the clarinet, your starting note is going to be a C. And you're going to, once again, left hand on top. Your saxophone is sitting on your right thumb down here. And then you have your middle finger in your left hand right here. Just the middle finger in your left hand. Your thumb is hanging out on that black piece on the back right there. Some of you, it's a different color, but it's just that piece right there. And it's a C. It's going to sound like this. Once again, just the middle finger in the left hand.
So tenor saxes, remember to give us the middle finger, all right? We didn't do anything wrong, but give us the middle finger. Here we go. The next one is going to be the trumpet. And by the way, bari sax, if you're playing bari sax, is the same thing as alto sax. So whatever we show you with alto sax, you do with bari sax. For trumpet, it's going to be an open note, no valves, right? You don't press anything, and you just produce an open tone. Sounds like this. It's your C. Trumpets, it's your C. Some trumpet players might get a higher note like this. That's a G. That's fine. If you get that note, great. As long as you're producing a tone and no puffing of cheeks. But again, here's the C for the trumpets. You loosen up to go low, and you firm up to go high. So loosen up to go low to get the C. And you can even experiment with that higher G. But C.
For trombone, similar thing is happening here, except your first note is going to be B flat. So you have your first slide position here, which is not all the way closed. It's just a little bit open, not all the way shut, but just a little bit open right here, slide position 1. And it's going to sound like this, B flat. Similar on the trumpet, you might get a higher note. It might sound like this. If that happens, just think poo. Think more of an oo and think about loosening your lips a little bit so you can go. So that lower note is a B flat, higher note is an F, and you can practice switching between those two. If you're getting that higher note, you need to get the lower note. That's how you get your B flat.
Next, the euphonium, the baritone horn. It's similar to the trombone. It's like a trumpet, though. It has valves. Open, B flat. Sounds similar to a trombone, but again, open. Don't press anything. You get a B flat. Nice and relaxed. And even if you get a high note, there's nothing wrong with that. That's still good. You're going to need that note later. And the last one is going to be the tuba. And I'll grab the tuba for you right here. The tuba sounds like this. It's actually played just the same way as the instrument I just did, the euphonium or the baritone horn. It's open, all three. Don't press anything. It's a B flat. And again, poo, and you get this. All those notes sound the same. They just call it something different. Okay, go for it. Get that note. We call it concert B flat, your first note. Woo!